So according to a JP Morgan analyst, the stock market could fall another 5% if the CPI data for September comes in hotter than expected, and we're going to break that down in this video. And of course, we're going to break down some stocks, charts, what I'm doing in the overall markets, and what the heck is going on right now. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and let's break this down. So again, JP Morgan, they think if the CPI comes in hotter than expected, stocks are at risk of a 5% drop. Anything above the prior reading of 8.3%, which if you guys remember back in August, well, for the August reading, we got a surprise 0.1% increase when analysts, pretty much everybody was expecting the CPI to be flat for August. It came in at 0.1%, and if you all remember, let me show you here on the chart. At that point, when we got that information about a month ago for the August CPI, the stock market collapsed. And I talked about this yesterday, and I've mentioned this many times. SPY went from 415 to about 390 in one day, and Triple Q went from about 315 to about 295. So these were drops of about 5-ish% in one day. And this analyst from JP Morgan pretty much thinks, hey, if the CPI comes in hotter than expected like it did last month, we're poised for another big sell-off. And you guys know we had a strong jobs report that we got. I guess I wouldn't consider it, the best jobs report or the best economy that we have right now, obviously. But just looking at the unemployment rate going down, that really triggered the stock market to fall, because we all know if the jobs market is strong, which based on those few metrics right now, I guess it is, right? According to what they're using, jobs market strong, inflation's ripping. What are they going to do? They're going to hike more aggressively. More rate hikes are coming. More pressure on the stock market, and that is what this guy from JP Morgan is pretty much talking about. He thinks, hey, if this comes in hotter, we're going to get another sell-off like we saw a month ago, which honestly, I agree with him. I don't know how he came up with that 5% number. I mean, they're just pretty much throwing numbers out there. But it's a headline that's really one of the biggest headlines we're seeing today, and I agree with it, honestly. If this thing comes in at 8.5% or something crazy, we're going to get a pretty hefty drop. And as of now, it's kind of the calm before the storm, guys. Triple Q, as of today, is barely down. In fact, we're up on this V-shaped recovery that we're seeing. I mean, on the day we're down. I mean, we're down 0.1%. But intraday from the bottom here, 261, we're up to 266. Intraday, Triple Q's up almost 2% from the bottom to where it is right now, or at least the bottom for the day thus far. And SPY, if I pull it up, let me show you guys this. This hit 355 earlier. Now it's at 361. It is up 1.7% from the low of the day as of now at about 1:50 p.m. when I'm filming this, guys, on the East Coast. And by the way, where are you watching this? I'm filming this in New Jersey. Where are you watching this? Are you in the United States? Are you in Europe? Are you in India? I have an Indian audience. I have about 3% of you guys in India, or maybe 1%, too. I forget exactly. But let me know in the comments, where are you guys watching? I'd really love to know that. I'm curious. So with that being said, yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a rally today, but I would not trust it whatsoever. You guys know me. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait until this CPI report, and it's really the calm before the storm. If we get, this could be setting up for a drastic sell-off. Let's say today we close green. Tomorrow, let's say magically we go green as well, and let's say SPY's at something like 365, 370 going into that CPI report. If it comes in higher than expected, we ran up into it. What do you think is going to happen? It's gonna, and if inflation came in higher than expected, we're going to be setting ourselves up for a massive collapse from that point. Let's say SPY gets to 370, like I said, inflation comes in hotter. This could dump and probably take the lows out in the same day. I mean, you guys saw what happened last month, 415 SPY to 393. What makes you think it can't go from 370, 365 to 350 in a day? I mean, it could happen, and we could take the lows out like that. And you guys probably know Triple Q, and by the way, SPY's lows here at 355. Triple Q already took those lows out. Today, yesterday and today. Today, Triple Q hit 261. So this is already looking a little bit weak heading into the CPI report. So we'll see. At the end of the day, guys, nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. But as of now, in my opinion, it is the calm before the storm, and we really have to be mindful of that. And really, it's going to be a volatile next couple of days. Really, the next day or two, 2 days, it's going to be super volatile, and you guys got to realize that. So let's talk about some stocks here that are moving on my watch list today. And actually, before we do that, if you haven't gotten your 15 free stocks from Moomoo yet, use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and you could get up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. And if you don't want to use that link down below, go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. It's the same link, guys. And I appreciate you all as always, as the links down below do help out the channel. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive into these stocks, because we do, like I said, have a green day right now for the most part, and we do have some movers overall in the markets today. So Amgen is up 6.5%. This is breaking up here towards the mid 200s. You guys can see here it was at about 220, 225, and dang, this thing really is moving. We called this out when it was at the originally at the bottom of this channel. You guys can see we called it out, and it ripped all the way to the top of the channel. So at this point, I mean, it's a little overbought rather. It really is. But if we take out 250, could it go up even more to 260? I think it could, and there's got to be a reason. Am I missing a catalyst here? I think I actually saw something about Amgen. Wait a second. What is going on here? Amgen shares are trading higher after Morgan Stanley upgraded the stock. There you go, from equal weight to overweight, and raised the price target from 257 to 279. That's all it takes. And then now it's up 6.5%. So I'd be watching Amgen at about 250. Let me set my alert right now. Mark is that we're above $250 a share. There we go. And let's see Progressive. I got that alert in the beginning of this video. Let's see what this is looking like. There we go. Progressive's looking really good. It's up 1.2%, $125 a share, breaking out of these moving averages on the 4-hour chart. And if we look and zoom in a bit here, we do have an inverse head and shoulders, do we not? I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? We have an inverse head and shoulders. And let me draw it out so you all can see kind of where I'm looking at right now. Do you guys see this right here? You know, it kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulders to me. And what I'm trying to get at here is we're breaking out, like I said. We got this inverse head and shoulders. If the right shoulder completes, we might be going towards that 130 marker, which means there could be another, 2.5, 3, maybe even more percentage points of upside if we break 130. If that point breaks, would we be at all-time highs on Progressive? You betcha. You know what? We're going to be at all-time highs, guys. I have to check the max chart really quickly. But yeah, Progressive, it's getting there. You know, it's getting to a point where it's starting to look like a nice play, a nice setup. So PGR, watch out for it. Amgen, watch out for it. What else is moving today? CCL is moving, but the chart, I guarantee you, still looks like crap. Yep, it does. Same with RCL and NCLH. A lot of these charts do not look good, guys. AMD is finally starting to crawl out of, it's not really crawling out of anything, guys. I'm just joking. It's not looking good. It's actually looking like crap. AMD is up a little bit off the lows yesterday, but it's been bad. It's been bad. Let's put it that way. You know, I think I made a short. Yeah, I made a short about AMD. And by the way, do you guys like the shorts I've been making? Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you want me to make any other type of short-term videos here on YouTube. And if you haven't followed me on TikTok or Instagram at StockSurfest, go follow me on both of those. AMD, we talked about it, and we mentioned how it's now getting to levels that it hasn't been at since before the COVID crash. Actually, we're under now the pre-COVID highs, which were at about $58, $59. We're now pretty much there, and we broke them yesterday. So, guys, these are a couple of stocks I'm looking at right now, and let's see crude oil before we wrap the video up. Oil's down under 90 a barrel today, okay? And look at this 3-year chart on oil, guys. This goes to show bulls are still in charge on oil. Sometimes you got to look at the longer-term picture. You know, sure, if we look at the 20-day chart on oil, well, actually, the 20-day chart looks good. But if you look at the 4-hour chart on oil, you're going to be like, bears are still kind of in charge, which they are. I mean, the bulls aren't completely taking this thing up yet, which I think would happen if it breaks 100, but it's not there yet. But if you go back to that 3-year chart, again, uptrend's holding clearly. We just got to get over 100 a barrel. And if that happens, it's going to be wild. Let's just put it that way. There's going to be a lot of movement in some stocks that we've mentioned already, and they've been doing very well. You know, we've been covering them a lot. XOM, you know, CVX, What else? Oxy. These are a couple oil ones that I'm watching. Hess. We could go BP, although BP is not my favorite one, to be honest. But still, watching it. What else do we have? Those are the main ones, right? XLE is one. MRO. MPC, right? So, yeah, I mean, these are ones that I'm watching right now, and I guess that's it for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and feel free to subscribe. Check out my Patreon if you guys want all my real-time, moves, updates, all that's on Patreon, exclusive content linked right down below. And don't forget to get your 15 stocks from Moomoo or your 12 stocks from Webull. Free money, guys. All that is in the description box and pinned in the comment section. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers. Peace out.